Yo, what's going on everyone? In today's video, I'm going for 120 construction. I'm actually a little late with this video as I started recording for this over 2 months ago, but I got caught up in other things between the holidays and the Golden Party Hat event also came out, so I was doing that. I have a video on that, by the way, if you want to check it out, but anyways, let's get into this video. The first clip for this video actually took place on October 9th, by the way, so no one gets confused on the timeline. I'm currently sitting at 20 mil construction XP, so I'm about 84 mil away from 120, but I want to do it during the next double XP. The day that I'm recording this is only October 9th. I actually have no idea when the next double XP is, but I just know it's coming and it should be soon. However, it should have passed already by the time you're watching this. I'm working on this video now because I want to be much more prepared for this one than I was for the last one. The first thing I want to show you is my wood. My planks. I bought these much earlier when I decided to go for this goal. I just had to because they were at like rock bottom prices when I bought them. I'm throwing up a bunch of screenshots right now in my buy history, but I didn't get screenshots of everything because I have 530k teak planks here, and I did the math on these screenshots, and they only total up to 491k. But whatever, close enough. I decided to buy teak planks because they are the second best plank, but was by far the cheapest out of all of them. I spent about 197.7 mil on all of them, which is about 402 GP each, and it will be costing about 4.48 GP per XP. Then divide that in half because of double XP, that's a cost of 2.24 GP per XP. Now, I didn't just come on here to brag about my wood. I need some other things too. I don't think I've actually trained construction since like 2013, maybe, because that's when I maxed. A lot of this XP is from dungeoneering through opening doors and random bonus XP from dailies and D&Ds. As you can imagine, there's a lot of updates that come out over the past 8 years, but not too much of that was actually for construction. There are a few things that did come out that I don't have, but I do want to take advantage of. First off, there's apparently a mind-controlled monkey butler. As if that didn't sound ridiculous enough, wait until you hear how good he actually is if you don't know. Most of you probably already know, but I didn't know until recently. He's basically as good as the demon butler. He can carry up to 26 items and takes about 7 seconds to come back with them, but the best part is you don't have to pay him. Pretty OP if you ask me, but you can't just hire him like a normal butler. You need to unlock the mind control helmet first, which is done through something called cave goblin technology. I know next to nothing about this either, but it seems pretty basic. You just complete tasks for the cave goblins, and they give you a certain kind of currency to buy unlockables. You buy unlockables through a skill tree looking thing. I accidentally did my first task without recording it because I wanted to see how it worked, but it was literally like bring 100 blade components, which I already had, and they gave me enough points to buy the first skill already. And it looks like the mind control helmet is only 2 skills away. There's apparently a new task every 12 hours or so. Is it really this easy? Because at this rate, I'll unlock this in just a couple of days with only a few minutes of work, if even. I have no idea where the subtle component task came from. It hasn't been 12 hours since I did my first one, but it's here, and apparently I don't have any, so let's go get some. So I had to research what actually gave me subtle components for a decent price and what actually go through in the GE. Best thing I could find were the base tier rune scimitars. I bought the buy limit of 100 for a bit under 2 mil. A little bit pricey in my opinion, but it's worth the cost of not having to pay for a butler. I just hope this is enough. First inventory done, and I got 1 subtle component. Okay, this is not looking good. Second inventory done, and I got 2 more. Little better, still not great. Third inventory done. I got the last ones in my inventory right now. I got 3 more from that last one. Getting there, but still pretty far considering. I might have to buy something else, but let's see what this gives us first. Oh, let's go. I actually got all 10. Hand this in. I got an additional 15 goblin currency from that, which puts me at 20. That puts me 5 short of the second tier unlockable and a total of 40 away from the monkey helmet. Still not bad. As I mentioned earlier, this will probably take a few days. While I wait for the next goblin task, whatever that is, look at my fit real quick. This is the regular constructor's outfit, and I need the master one, which is from doing construction contracts. I've never done one before, so I just want to do one real quick to see what it's like before I make any comments. I looked up some stuff beforehand, and the way this seems to work is that I have to go to a specified place and build 5 things. I'm using mahogany planks even though I have a ton of teak planks in the bank, because apparently mahogany planks take about 15 seconds to build each thing, and teak planks take about 20 seconds, which I can imagine can really add up. I just finished the first contract, which took me a few minutes, but I'm sure it'll get faster as I get used to it. Let's open up this reward shop. I got 5 credits for that, and teak planks apparently give 3. So between that and the amount of time it takes to build each thing, let's just round and say mahogany planks are about 1.5 times faster. To get the full outfit with even mahogany planks based on my math, I'll probably take about 10 to 15 hours. So if I were to do teak planks, it's more like 15 to 20 hours, and I'm not doing that because these XP rates are horrible. It's only like 100 something K XP per hour, so I'd rather just spend the money to get at doing this faster. I just completed the 10th contract for 50 credits, which gives me enough for my first purchase, a plank box. This can hold up to 25 of each plank, which sounds nice, but let's actually see how it works. Oh wow, so if I have my bank open, I can just right click on the plank box, fill it, and it'll automatically pull all the planks from my bank and fills the plank box to max capacity. When I'm building stuff, it's taking it directly from the box instead of me having to withdraw. I just realized this thing holds 25 planks, which is almost as much as my yak, so I don't even really need the yak anymore, and it's way more convenient. So, okay, yeah, this was a good purchase. So guys, so it's currently October 10th. I just woke up a little bit ago. There's supposed to be a new goblin task every 12 hours. It hasn't been 12 hours since the last one, but that last one I got didn't take 12 hours either. It's been more like 10 since I just slept and stuff. I just had to check if there was in fact a new one, and here it is. I'm not really getting how this works, to be honest with you, but alright then, guess I'm doing it. But what on earth is a fishing rod-o-matic? I looked it up, and apparently it's an invention item. I have to make it a workbench, but first I need some materials. First is the fishing rod, which I just bought. The others are a bit more complicated. I need 80 flexible parts, which is this one right here. Nice, I have way more than enough. Next is 60 base parts. Nice, once again I have way more than enough. Next is 6 dexterous parts. Oh, this is going great so far. I have more than enough once again. And finally, 4 swift components. I don't think I have that one. At least it's not a lot. Let's see how you actually get it. Alright, I just looked that up, and everything on there that gives me swift components looks expensive. I decided to go with rune claws. Let's see how this goes. Look at that! I got all 4 from one inventory. Not bad at all. Let's make this thing. Hand in for another 15 goblin currency. I should be able to buy something now. Alright, I'm now 25 away, which is like 2 tasks from the mind control helmet. You know, I might just finish this whole thing considering how easy it is, but I'll see. Okay, I think I figured this out. Well, first off, 100 connector parts for this task, super easy. I already know I have these. Anyways, yeah, I think I figured this out. When I read it was a new task every 12 hours, I thought it meant 12 hours from when I completed the last task, but it's actually every 12 hours in-game time. So when the game clock's at 0 and at 1200 hours, which makes a lot more sense. I've managed to gain a little over 1 mil XP since I started recording stuff for this video from construction contracts, and just got level 104 construction. I just got 250 credits, and I'm considering the higher tier plank boxes, but I think I'm going to unlock those last and start getting the outfit first. I want the plank boxes mainly for the completionist cape requirement, and why not? It's not that much additional effort, but they don't currently serve me much of a benefit after getting the first one. It just allows me to bank less, but I feel like that's more of a hassle because I have to keep track of how many planks I have left and decide whether I need to bank. I'd rather keep the consistent pattern of banking after every contract instead of dealing with that, and I teleport directly to the bank, which is next to where I get my contracts anyways. If anything, is the amount of time it takes to build each thing. Let me tell you, that 15 seconds or whatever it takes to build each thing loses my attention very easily, as I'm always missing when it's done. So I'm missing ticks since I'm supposed to be moving on to the next thing. But getting the outfit apparently speeds up the build times. It's not that big of a difference, but whatever. I also don't know if it's each piece that increases the time or whether you need the full outfit. Today is October 11th at night, actually. I didn't get the chance to do a new goblin task I got this morning, so now I have 2, and I'm going to do both. I have enough goblin currency now. Let's buy the blueprints for his helmet. Let's discover this invention. Before I go any further, I gotta fire this guy. I gotta get a monkey talisman. These components were such a pain to get, by the way, specifically the crystal parts. You want to know what gives you those? If you were to go to GE and just look up the word crystal, basically all of those items. It's all the crystal armor and weapons that came out with Prif. These pieces cost about a few 100K each. They only give 1 crystal part each, sometimes none, and every single piece had either a 2 or 5 buy limit. So since I needed 25 crystal parts, I had to buy like 10 different items just to get what I needed. What I just described, by the way, was in fact what I did. I just looked up crystal in the GE and worked my way down the items until I had what I needed. Even though I'm not training construction right now, I just want to see them in my house. Also, send them to the bank real quick just because. Oh, that's awesome. I still need the master construction outfit though. I just got another construction level, 105 construction from doing construction contracts. I didn't get to record it because I miscalculated how much XP I needed, but it's alright. Here it is anyways. Today is October 19th, about a week and a half since I started recording this video, and they just announced the dates for next double XP yesterday. See, I knew it was coming. Not that it was hard to predict. I don't know why people have so much trouble figuring this out, but I'm not recording this just to brag. I'm also here to show you that I officially have enough points for the master construction outfit. One of the benefits that this gives me is that in addition to the regular construction outfit, is that this makes the construction contracts go a bit faster, which will be helpful for a little bit as I want the plank box upgrades as well, but not so helpful after that. By the way, this took me about a week to get, not because it actually takes that long, maybe like 10 hours with mahogany planks. I'm glad I didn't choose to use teak planks, by the way, because this is so boring to me. What I did was I had to split it up and do a little bit each day. I'm recording this right after the last clip I just recorded, so just know I found this out pretty early. Luckily, I actually read into all the benefits of the outfit, and it gives unlimited teleports directly to the site of construction contract, which saves me time because I've been using lodestones to get to them. There's also unlimited teleports to the real estate agent who gives me the contracts, but that actually doesn't help me personally because I make a pit stop at the bank every trip, and the teleport I currently use already takes me to the bank right next to the real estate agent. Let's go! 106 construction. Now I have enough points for the first plank box upgrade. Part of me thinks I should have at least gotten the first upgrade before getting the full master construction outfit because I ran into situations where I could have used more planks. It's also really ironic how my next contract after getting the upgrade was the wise old man. I actually should fill up this plank box before I go. It's mainly because of this guy is why I think that. He was the worst. If you look at my current contract, you see how 4 out of 5 of the items I have to build are bookcases. 4 is pretty bad, but sometimes it could even be 5. Bookcases require a lot of planks, and I would oftentimes run out of planks before I could finish the contract. Luckily, the bank is right there, right outside this guy's building, but still annoying nonetheless. This bookcase is the last thing I have to build, and the plank box upgrade allows me to hold 25 more planks compared to the regular one. So watch this. I'm left with 24 mahogany planks. See, I would have fell one short if I didn't have this. And if you're wondering, these other planks I have are teak planks. They're just there because it fills my plank box automatically. I don't actually use those because they give you less points. It's definitely not worth it if you already built most of the stuff with mahogany. Today is October 21st, and finally, I got the last plank box upgrade. Now to never do these construction contracts again, unless maybe they come out with more useful stuff I may be interested in. I officially have everything that I need for double XP with 2 weeks to spare, but before that, I also want to test out the stuff that I just got to see how it actually works and how good it is. The Master Constructor's outfit has a lot of benefits, most of which I only find to be a benefit if you're doing the contracts, which I'm not doing anymore. There's also a 6% XP boost for having the full outfit, but you could also get that from the regular constructor's outfit. The main reason why I got this is because it has the ability to automatically remove things right after you build them, which I currently have turned on. It's going to save me a lot of time and clicks, and that's especially good since my training is going to be limited to just the double XP. I'm back, which was probably only a few seconds to you watching the video, but today's actually Tuesday, November 9th, and the entire first weekend just passed. I only used up about an hour of double XP because I was actually in Houston this past weekend for Astroworld. I'm not going to get into the Astroworld part. I'm sure everybody saw the news. Putting that aside, the city of Houston is nuts. I want to go back. I don't even want to get into all the stories here because we could be here all day. I bring this up mainly because since I go for 200 mils and 120s and stuff, which by the way, I don't even have a lot of them, but people think that means I must spend all day in this game, and I make videos on top of that. The videos can't take me a while, but I really don't play this game as much as you think. Let me tell you what my schedule has actually looked like for the past few days. I'll give you a brief overview. So my flight to Houston was on Thursday in the late afternoon going into the evening. So I had to leave work a little early, and yes, I have a full-time 9-to-5 salary job. On Wednesday night, I got home after a full day of work to pack, make sure all my work was done, and I made 4 videos. My Tree Gnome Village guides for RS3 and Old School, which was uploaded Thursday morning right before I left, and Druidic Ritual guides for RS3 and Old School, which was uploaded this morning, Tuesday morning, the morning after I came back. Back to Thursday night, though. I didn't think I was going to end up doing so much, and that it took as long as it did, and I ended up going to bed at 2 a.m. that night, which was kind of bad because I had originally planned on waking up at 4 a.m. the next morning. Yeah, that didn't work out. I still had the alarm. and it did wake me up, but barely. I ended up going right back to sleep. Ended up fully waking up around like 5:30. The reason why I wanted to wake up earlier was to ensure I had enough time to get ready for work, finish packing. Then I wanted to get an early start on that day's work. I had to wait until the next morning because the way that my job is, more stuff comes in overnight. But the thing I wanted to avoid was mainly having to rush out the door in the morning because that's how you forget stuff. Before I left for work on Thursday, I finished what I had to do for the most part. By the time I had to leave for my flight, I just had to send out a couple of emails, which I was like, whatever, I'll do them later. By the time I got off the plane, we got a rental car, which had a really long line, by the way, got food, and got to where we're staying at and showered and all that. It was 1 a.m. local time, which was 2 a.m. my usual time, the time that I was used to. Needless to say, I was beat. And I still turned on my laptop to send those emails. That took about 30 minutes, and then I went to sleep. I also have this thing where I can't sleep anywhere that's not my own bed. I was with 4 other people in the house, and I was always the first one up and only averaged 4 to 5 hours each night I was there. Friday was Astroworld. Saturday was supposed to be Astroworld, but of course that ended up being canceled, so we did other things. Saturday was also my birthday, so we were out until they closed everything down. Went to a sports bar to watch the fights. This was the same night that Canelo Alvarez was fighting, by the way. Anyways, Sunday, we just did whatever we could find, but our flight going back home was at 6 a.m. on Monday, so we packed our stuff in the evening, put it in the car, and we went out that night. And we're like, you know what? We're staying out all night. Although things over there were completely shut down by like 2 a.m. We're at a bar and still had an hour or two to spare before we had to go to the airport. And we didn't want them to leave. So one of my boys, who was the designated driver, ran into the car we had parked on the same block, and he pulls it into the parking lot. We opened all the doors and started blasting music from there instead. It was realistically only like 10 to 15 people in total that was still there, and that included us, because who stays out past 2 a.m. on a Sunday night? Even I had to work the next day. I only did that because of the circumstances we were under. But we turned the parking lot into a party. Apparently, we were having too much fun because we ended up barely making our flight. We got to the gate right as they started boarding. So once I'm on the plane, it's technically Monday at this point, even though I haven't slept. I only slept for 2 hours when the flight took off and couldn't go back to sleep. It was like a 4-hour flight in total. I went straight to work. I was actually late. I showed up at 1 p.m. and still managed to finish my work at my usual clocking out time, including stuff I had to catch up on from Friday since I didn't come in. I didn't get yelled at or anything by my bosses for coming in that late, and the way I managed to handle my work throughout all this is exactly why. Also, now you guys know my secret. It's not that I don't do anything else except play this game, I'm just crazy and don't sleep. Granted, I don't do this every weekend, nor would I want to, but would I if I had to? Absolutely. It does help that my job gives me the flexibility that it does, by the way, but I did have to earn that. Oh my god. So get this. I was going to save this 120 clip until I finish editing the video, which I'm almost done with anyways, but the point was I didn't want there to be too much time in between the announcement coming in and when I actually upload this video. But I got one of those stupid XP lamps they give out like candy. It was the Hydro lamp that gives you XP in multiple skills, even one you didn't pick, and I wasn't that far off from 120 construction, so I used it unaware of how it fully worked, and it gave me 120 construction. So all we have is a screenshot instead of an actual clip, and it's also on mobile, not on my computer. Anyways, there we go, 120 construction. Finally, I couldn't even give you a live excited reaction because I'm recording this hours after the fact. This is like my 8th level 120. I never thought we'd get here, but anyways, hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, remember to like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell for future videos to come if you haven't already. Catch you later. Peace.